Let me ask you something. Have you ever experienced getting hacked? How would you know if someone interferes your computer data or system? And what do you do after you know that you are surely hacked?
Yes, well, you can notice if something into your device. It might be a type of cybercrime, so if you want to know and be aware of what might happen in your database, let us discuss to you the one type of cybercrime. It's offenses against confidentiality, integrity, and availability of computer data and system.
So now, let us know the 6 types of offenses against confidentiality, integrity, and availability of computer data and system.
Illegal access. When committed intentionally, the access to the whole or any part of a computer system, right? Often referred to as hacking, cracking, or computer. Trespass, illegal access may result in damage to computer system and data or compromise. Unauthorized computer access, popularly referred to as hacking, describes a criminal action whereby someone uses a computer to knowingly gain access to data in system without permission access that data. Hacking is illegal under both California and federal law and can result heavy penalties.
Second, illegal interception. Illegal interception is the interception made by technologies without the right of any non-public transmission of computer data to, from, or within a computer system, including the transmission from computer carrying such a computer data. One of the best examples of illegal interception is a man-in-the-middle attack, which enables an offender to eavesdrop between the communication of the sender and the receiver. Also, an offender can impersonate rather the sender or the receiver and communicate on their behalf.
Data interference. It is the intentional or reckless alteration, the damaging, the deletion, the deterioration of computer data, electronic document, or electronic data message without right, including the introduction or transmission of the viruses. A person is guilty if they intentionally do those acts, the damaging, the deleting, the altering, or rendering, but if he denies access to data to any person that is authorized to access it, it is guilty, even if it's reckless and without or with excess of lawful justifications. It's the same. If you ever got excess permission, then it's still illegal to interfere. Basically, deleting or interfering in a data is illegal. For example, if a worker deletes the data of their manager, the worker is already guilty of the crime. To prevent data interference, going offline if not using the computer network is useful and helpful. So if you're thinking of interfering someone else's data, this is a sign. Don't do it.
Let's tackle what is system interference. Is system interference a crime? Yes, it's a crime. If a person commits the criminal offense or interference with computer system when he or she, without right, seriously hinders the functioning of a computer system by inputting, transmitting, damaging, deleting, altering, or suppressing computer data. It is an intentional alteration or reckless hindering or interference with the function of a computer network, by which is again inputting, transmitting, damaging, deleting, altering, or suppressing computer data or program, electronic documents, or electronic data message without right or authority, including the introduction of transmission of viruses. In short, system interference is computer crime kapag yung isang data sa computer ay pinangkailaman ng walang permiso and naapektuhan yung buong system, which is yung whole record ng isang kumpanya, for example. In the Philippines, the Cybercrime Prevention Act of 2012, Republic Act No. 1015, has a specific provision that clarifies crime defined in the Revised Penal Code 1930 law and special law which, if committed with the use of ICT, are regarded as cybercrime and are punished with penalties 1 degree higher than the defined penalty under the Revised Penal Code. System interference is one of the system crime that been committing. One of the example of system interference is Mark is working on a loan company and he accidentally saw his friend's debt money record, and he intentionally changed the record, and it affect the whole system. So it's called a system interference, which is committing a crime to a computer.
Misuse of device means intentional and without right production, sale, procurement for use, or distribution of access devices including computer programs, computer passwords, codes, or other access data for the purpose of committing a cybercrime. Ang example nito is yung mga pinoproduce na mga virus and links na pinapadala sa mga tao para makapag-hack sila and makuha yung mga personal information mo. And if napatunayan nga na nagkakalat ka ng ganun ng mga virus, and if napatunayan na nag-commit ka nga nitong misuse of device, criminal offense is ang maaari mong pwede makuhang penalty range is about 2 to 10 years imprisonment. Some of the reason of the people that are committing misuse of device is to cause personal harm, to humiliate, insult, harass, alarm, stalk, abuse, or otherwise attack one another.
What is cybersquatting? So bago ako mag-proceed, ano nga ba ang cybersquatting? Cybersquatting is the unethical and unlawful practice of buying a domain name with the intent of profiting someone else's trademark. Cybersquatting differs from the other two instances in that web users look forward to profiting from companies who have yet to register a domain. How to handle cybersquatting? The first thing to do is contact the domain name holder. The owner contact details will be there and you can find out if they have an explanation or they may be willing to negotiate. Ito naman, what you can really do kapag may cybersquatting, parang magiging legal yung pagkuha mo ng trademark sa kanila. If you can't reach an agreement for the sale of the domain with the squatter, you can contact a lawyer to start a case file.
Now, let this discussion be a lesson. If you ever had the experience of any of these, then you can actually report it somehow. There are a lot of law rules about cybercrime, so be aware and check your device.